Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly relationship reading for Cancer. What is going on with Cancer? What is it you need to know? We have Knight of Wands. This is someone feeling enthusiastic. This is often someone who's in a hurry. Who likes what they see, very much a physical energy, but someone here is feeling pretty enthusiastic. Yeah, we have the Hierophant here. So, yeah, this is someone here who, it could be a pattern, a habit often. Yeah, the habit of feeling enthusiastic and rushing in. So interesting. It's a 5, so I feel this is someone here. It has to do with, this person actually has faith in something here, though. Like, I feel they're feeling, but it is a pattern, often a habit where someone rushes in, but I can see this feeling enthusiastic. So we have a person learning something, yeah, being a little more cautious, playing it a little more safe. Interesting. 9 of Cups. Someone kind of keeping it in here. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this is someone who's learning something here about their own pattern, their habit. So it's a 5. It is have to do with change. Yeah, it has to do with whether somebody will change. I feel this is interesting because it is a person learning to be more cautious. Yeah, see some change coming. Somebody here is going through change of habit, lifestyle. Wow. This is someone learning to kind of go with the flow. It's all about not rushing in. This is often an energy of a person who rushes in and then kind of runs away because they overwhelm themselves. It's a person who doesn't deal with pressure well. So this is a person going to, some change of lifestyle and habit here, learning to go with the flow. This is someone creating change. Beautiful. Yeah, looking at things from a different perspective, seeing things differently. See a little pause. Someone's kind of gone within a little introspection. So learning to check things out a little bit too. But someone has a whole different perspective of change, and I see change for the better. So very nice energy. Yeah, look at that, Cancer. Yeah, this could be something that's even changed you forever because someone has rushed in and out. It could be someone here you felt wasn't loyal. But it's a person who often has faith in themselves and they kind of go in, but when they start to feel pressured, this is often someone who moves on. Yeah, it's all about pressure. The Knight of Wands is someone who makes decisions without pressure. So this could even be yourself looking at this from the other person's perspective. There's a need for change. Just kind of go with the flow and kind of see where things go. Interesting. Yeah. This is looking actually really good. Tell me about this Knight of Wands. Yeah, someone's releasing this energy, forming new habits, patterns. It's time for change. See, someone's letting this go. But this could also be yourself in this energy. Someone who rushes in may not have your best interest at heart. So it's about loving yourself first, knowing your worth. So I feel this could be yourself. This may have been something that changed you forever. You now see things from a different perspective. But I definitely feel like this person's also releasing this energy, not rushing in. It has to do with the person having faith in themselves here too. Loyalty, being on the same page, right? Making sure you're both on the same page. It's about getting the cup filled, getting what you want. Some of you are definitely learning something here. Yeah, someone who's here for a good time, not a long time. They come in, they're very enthusiastic. This could be a youthful energy, someone younger, but I feel it's just the way someone communicates. See, they generally have faith in what they're doing. They're coming in, they're feeling enthusiastic. It can be very charming, someone you can have a lot of fun with, but they often don't stick around. It's often someone who just isn't ready or wasn't ready. But it is playful, youthful, It's like I say, it's just somebody enthusiastic. But something here has changed here. Letting go of this, releasing it, it no longer serves. It's a pattern, a habit. So interesting. Tell me about the 9 of Cups. See, this is often where nobody gets what they want. And that's what I feel. The cup wasn't filled. But it's all about change, looking at things from a different perspective, seeing things from the other person's point of view. Someone here may have not been ready. They may have felt pressured, so they didn't stick around. But it didn't serve this person either. Yeah, knowing your worth and value. See, it's about making sure you're on the same page. There's definitely lessons being learned here. Yeah, it's about harmony and balance, being fair. It's two people looking at things from each other's perspective. Somebody here maybe didn't want to commit, or they weren't ready. But it's a person who often doesn't come in right. They come in when they're not ready. So that's the change that needs to be made. But it's about being fair and harmony and balance. Definitely commitment here. Someone maybe got married when they were young too, and they could be just reflecting on this. But I feel we have two people seeing things from each other's point of view here. It's all about being fair. Balance and harmony between two people. Someone may be looking at this like they weren't being fair, but often it's just an energy of reflecting. This is someone who may not have been right for someone because they weren't ready. That's why they don't stick around, but they're here for the good times. Yeah, here for the good time, a good time, not a long time, but it doesn't mean that they come into it that way. But it is a pattern and a habit. Someone's, I feel, letting this go. But from the Queen of Cups perspective, this is knowing, making sure you're on the same page, making sure somebody has your best interest at heart. And often you'll get people who don't stick around because they're not ready. And that's what I feel. Somebody rushes in enthusiastic, and then that realizing you're not on the same page, or your lifestyles aren't the same. Basically, you're not in alignment. So pretty interesting. And I do think this is someone who may have actually had your best interest at heart at this point. But definitely this is the energy of something wasn't fair. There was a lack of harmony and balance here. Someone wasn't ready. They didn't come in right. Now we have change. Someone moving on possibly too. See, friends, family, someone checking someone out. So I do feel you're just letting this go. It is what it is. It's something that likely wasn't meant to be. But it's both people here. It's all about being on the same page. Both people looking at this from a whole different perspective. Yeah, the Three of Cups speaks of other people, friends, family. There's some kind of good news here. But it's about someone moving on, getting out, socializing. Maybe being more social. Yeah, we got a person releasing. See, the Judgment, making better decisions. Someone's about to make a decision, but it's looking at things from each other's perspective. That little moment where someone has that realization. It could be somebody wanted to come back around for a reconciliation. But I feel like this is a big decision. I mean, it is youthful. This could be somebody who was married when they were young. Two people just not ready, not on the same page, maybe even both of you. So it's about shedding and releasing all this and letting it go. It's about often letting somebody in too. So this is interesting. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. Yeah, should I or shouldn't I? Possible reconciliation. But someone's weighing the pros and the cons, maybe comparing someone to someone else here. Yeah, the good outweighing the bad. Big life path decision here. But it is about healing. Seeing things from a different perspective, shedding all this horrible feeling. Yeah, someone may have made a bad decision here too when they're young. It's often just that younger energy, being married young, getting into a relationship. Someone here didn't stick around. They just weren't ready. But it's saying to release this. It is what it is. It's something that wasn't meant to be. It's time to let it go and heal. Introspection, time to heal. Yeah. See, doing things different. It's an energy of recognizing patterns, habits, behaviors, taking a step back, seeing things a little differently, feeling differently too. It's when you know something is off and you still go for it. But it's trying something different, someone who's a different type. Now, this could be someone coming your way, and it could be another person doing it, but it's all about being in alignment. Two people were just not in alignment. They just weren't on the same page. But this is something that's definitely changed someone forever too. But I see friends, family, very positive change coming. Someone different. Yeah, comparing someone to someone else. I feel like there's no comparison because when somebody comes in right, When a person comes in right, there's no need to rush, and that's what I feel. Somebody felt pressured or they felt rushed, and they just weren't ready. So tell me more about the Page of Wands. Yeah, it's a person breaking free. So this is a setting someone free to go explore. Someone exploring their options. See, they're not ready. They're still exploring. They're still learning. Yeah, it's a person breaking free from old patterns and habits here. So I like this. There's this feeling of somebody leveling up. But it is planning, preparing, and hoping for the best. But it is someone breaking free, releasing things that don't serve, patterns, habits. Yeah, it's about two people coming together, making sure you're on the same page, see lessons learned. So I feel some of you are free from this energy, but I also see this person up here. Someone going off to play the field, they're not ready. So I feel someone setting someone free here. Seeing we're just not in alignment, it is what it is. One person's ready, the other person isn't. So pretty interesting, but let's have a look at Temperance. See, trying things different, new patterns, habits. Yeah, it's a person who, see, this is about being in control of your emotions. Some of you could be kind of somebody coming in, you may be putting on the brakes and maybe comparing this to someone else. And it could be the other way around too. But, yeah, should I or shouldn't I? Just stay in control of the emotions. That's all about learning, about staying in control of your emotions, not being ruled by them, doing things differently. Yeah, if someone doesn't come in right, or you feel something is off, or you feel they're still playing the field, juggling other people, still seeing other people, this is where you put on the brakes. Take a look at this. I do feel there's this determination to succeed, though. Yeah, see, look at that. See, it's about being more grounded, practical, sensible. Now, there could be someone comparing you to someone else, too. It could go the other way around. Or this is just learning something. Learning, preparing, being more prepared. Yeah, I feel like you're preparing yourself here. I think often it's just people who reflect on the past, too. But it's somebody here who's still playing the field. They're not ready. So this is what I feel. It is what it is. You're breaking free. And it's all about two people who come together. They fill each other's cups. They connect emotionally. Somebody here wasn't emotionally ready for starters. So now you have someone coming in who's different than the usual type. Yeah, there's change coming. To do with people, friends, getting out social, there's good news. So yeah, I feel like it's just a little procrastination too. Often with the Queen of Pentacles shows up, it's procrastination. But it's about being prepared. See, some of you are definitely in that youthful energy, not being prepared, not being really ready. It could even be yourself that was in that energy. But I like this energy of a whole different perspective, determination to succeed. I see being financially stable, ready, being prepared, very grounded, very balanced. Yeah, someone reflecting on the past. See, it's a longing for love. There could be children. Someone may have had children when they were young. They weren't prepared and ready. And I see that. But now someone's much more prepared. So I do feel there's somebody else coming in here. Yeah. See, it's often attention. Somebody who comes in, they could be giving attention to other people, possibly juggling. See, this is where I feel like you're breaking free. What you want is someone who connects. You want that connection. And it is an energy of friends first. Okay, being friends first, making sure you're on the same page. Because I feel like you are determined to succeed. And I do think it's yourself putting on the brakes, taking a look, reminiscing, longing for love. Yeah, this is a little melancholy, but it's romanticizing the past. See, things could have been different, trying things different. It's possible too. It's just somebody here who just wasn't your type. It is what it is. Something wasn't meant to be. So a little bit of reflection, because I feel that you're moving in another direction. Yeah, look, at something may have changed you forever, but I feel being more prepared. There's very positive change coming in. Somebody here could be just focused on their money, their home, being more grounded and practical, making more sensible, practical decisions. And it's often someone waiting here. Yeah, waiting for someone to reciprocate often, but it's someone who longs for love. They're waiting for love. But it could be someone waiting for the children to be free to go off on their own before they connect with someone else here. Tell me more about the Six of Wands. Yeah, we have it. There it is. I was going to say before, it's about anybody who's happy and content to be friends first. It's about sincerity, recognizing when someone's sincere. And this could be someone seeing you in this way, because two people looking at things from a different perspective, putting on the brakes, taking another look. You may be taking another look at this. If it isn't you, it's the other person. But yeah, it's all about sincerity. Someone who's taken their time, learning to slow down, releasing patterns, habits. So if you've dealt with somebody here, so if you dealt with someone with this energy, like I say, I feel they're letting go of this pattern, this habit, learning to slow down. It's also an energy of recognizing when someone's sincere. See, checking things out a little bit. I'm liking this because I feel like some of you, there's been a lot of change. See, two people change. I feel somebody may be coming back around, coming in to take the lead. They're determined to succeed. But I feel like yourself, see, putting on the brakes, and you're looking at this, reminiscing, see, romanticizing the past, what could have been. Little woulda, coulda, shoulda. So, but something here possibly change you forever. And I do feel this is an energy of breaking free and moving on. But it's often this other person here is now looking at this. This doesn't have to be childhood or even youthful. It's just often just shows an energy of someone who's very charming, enthusiastic. They rush into a situation and feel pressured. Someone may felt a lot of pressure. Could be because there's a single parent energy, but I feel we have this Queen of Pentacles tells me someone's grounded. They're more prepared. Yeah, being ready. Sense of longing. Someone possibly even missing someone here, but this is telling me change. Learning to go with the flow. Learning to recognize patterns, habits. But this person up here, I mean, it could be yourself in this energy. Friends first, making sure someone's sincere, that you get each other, you understand each other. So I do see some sort of an agreement here. But I also feel someone putting on the brakes because there's this agreeing to disagree. Now we know the Queen of Cups is often an energy of someone who, you know, if you're not getting it, someone's not giving you enough attention. See, it's almost like the flip side. Now somebody's coming in. They're focused more on their money. Because it is an energy of being providing. Somebody wasn't, I mean, to me, it looks as though we have a person who maybe felt they couldn't provide, or someone wasn't giving, and now it's someone, the flip side is the other person not giving them enough attention. See, it's an energy of that chaser runner. The runner is now becoming the chaser here, I feel. Yeah. But I do feel it's staying in control of your emotions. See, the Queen of Pentacles stays in control of their emotions. They're not ruled by them. So maybe when you were younger, you know, that energy. So it has to do with both people having changed. But now you have someone who's moving slow. And I feel like it could be some of you too, where there's been a couple of situations here where you're comparing one to the other. Someone moving slow. It's the good outweighing the bad here. But I definitely can see this a little bit of procrastination. So it has to do with whether to move on. Should I just move on, or should I reconcile with this person? Because there is someone missing someone, longing for love. See, there's desire, passion. See, I feel some of you have another person coming in. You're maybe comparing him to someone else, but this person moves slow. One of them moves slow, one of them moves quick, but I feel it's the same person. I really do. Because they rushed in, it didn't serve. It didn't serve either person here, but you can see letting go of patterns, habits, breaking free. Someone here who just needed to be free. They needed to explore other options. They weren't ready. Now this is someone coming around, but I feel some of you have changed. Now the table's turned. Now you're feeling like they did. So interesting. Yeah, see, it's all about making a choice. Some of you definitely have a choice to make, and if you are making a choice, comparing one to the other, see, you have changed. Now you want to kind of take things slow. You've learned some lessons here. So this is, I feel, it's all about taking things to the next level, going down this path, two people coming together. It's choosing the one, the right one. I think there's a person here who, I mean, the star is a feeling of hope as well. Yeah. Someone's definitely longing for love and missing someone, but like I feel, some of you, it's about being in alignment. Two people maybe weren't in alignment. Maybe you are now, and you're kind of looking at that. So I do feel a big decision. Don't be afraid to put on the brakes. Okay? If you start to feel overwhelmed or it's things happening too fast, I also see the need to let go of control and just learn to go with the flow. Yeah. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, see, being open. See, I see there's a healing. See, now the tables are turned. This is someone open to other offers, options. See, Nine of Cups, somebody with other options, keeping their options open. Nothing wrong with keeping your options open, okay? But eventually it has to do with making some kind of commitment. It's about harmony between two people, connecting emotionally. Friends first. Until you know someone is sincere, that you're on the same page. So that it's an energy of some sort of an agreement. And I feel it's like two people, it's being able to agree to disagree, but it's also two people who never seem to be on the same page. So I say it's either reconciling, coming together, but it's about choosing one. And I feel some of you have a choice. Now, if it wasn't yourself, it could be another person. But I'm seeing this beautiful Empress energy. Beautiful healing, letting go of patterns, habits. So the Empress is the energy of learning here. Open. This is the birth of something new. And it could be too where somebody didn't want to have children. They weren't ready. The other person did. Or somebody already had children when they were young and the other person wasn't ready for it. I see all kinds of stuff going on. It's all how it's going to play out. But it's saying to stay in control of your emotions. Yeah, some of you have to make a decision in the future. This Queen of Swords, see, it's being more discerning, asking questions, wanting to know. See, it's about learning, being an open book, lessons learned. But I feel like you're going to have to make a decision here. It looks like there's somebody possibly coming back around, but you have gone through change. You're not so sure if you see a future with someone here. I was more concerned, and if there are children, it's the future of children. I feel somebody here wants children, the other person didn't. But others of you, I feel somebody got married very young, had children, and it didn't last. Someone didn't stick around. And now we have a person coming in who again's in that energy because they weren't ready. And it could be we have two people who've both been through this. Very interesting energy, but I'm seeing change. Yeah, it's whether or not to move on here, to just keep moving on. I do see a lot of growth, a lot of abundance, someone prepared, more prepared. So I feel this is an energy of kind of preparing and waiting for the right person, but it is comparing, I feel, one to the other. See, and it could be the other person too. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to someone here. Interesting. But the Queen of Swords is here because there's a decision that needs to be made in the future that it could affect your whole future. And that of children, if there are children. Not everyone, it's not children for everyone, but it is a longing for love, missing someone, kind of reminiscing and romanticizing the past, what could have been. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Somebody coming in, asking someone on a date. See, romance, being a little more romantic, a little whining and dining, that kind of energy. Look at that. It does look like you got someone coming back in here. But it's also something that's changed you forever. And this is the thing, is looking at that. Now's a good time to figure out what you want, what makes you happy. Because this is about two people filling each other's cup, filling each other's needs. So some of you had someone who didn't give you enough attention. They felt pressured. They often ran away, the runner becoming that chaser. But it's also learning not to chase. Know your worth and value. So there's been a lot. It all depends. Just take what resonates. But yeah, you've got someone coming in. It could be someone new. It's just a person here, someone in your social circle been checking you out, or vice versa. But it's this, should I or shouldn't I? Because I feel we have the Queen of Cups, somebody who's open, waiting for someone here. You know, sitting on the fence, life path, choice, decision. It's up to you to decide here. Yeah, it's all about reflecting on the past. Take one last look over the shoulder, taking a leap of faith. There's always a risk things won't turn out the way someone expects. See, expectations, things not turning out as expected or even as planned. Somebody here came in, they weren't prepared, so they ran away. Could even be yourself doing that. It's all about letting someone in emotionally. It's about harmony between two people being fair. Looking at things from each other's perspective. So someone here is ready to go down this path again. You know, the interesting thing about the Fool when it's in this energy is this is that time in between two worlds. See that time in between before you take it to the next level? You become friends. You live in the moment. Enjoy that time. It's about the dating, courting, enjoying that. Not wanting to rush into commitment right away. You see, that's what it's saying. Before you take it to the next level, live in the moment, enjoy that time. It's playful, youthful, being a little flirty, it's fun, and it's about staying in that moment a little bit longer and taking things slow. So there's definitely a lot of lessons been learned here. I like this because I feel as though you and this other person, whether it's a new person or someone coming back around, I do see change, and I do see some of you possibly leaving the past in the past, and you have a choice to make in the future. But I feel like you're going to do things differently, trying things different. Someone may be different than your usual type if you have a type that does this. Often people have a pattern, a habit. See, letting people in, that type. So if you have a type, it's time to change the type of person. But I feel the biggest thing is living in the moment, that when you're in between two worlds, before you take it to the next level, before you make any commitment, and flirty, playful, having time together, having fun. Okay? It's okay to live in the moment. Doing things differently. See, enjoying that time before there's any commitment. Staying in that energy a little bit longer. And I feel like this is something being learned. Yeah, it's a person here being cautious, being careful what they wish for. But it's about laying the foundation. See, before somebody even makes a commitment, don't take it to the next level. Anybody who is willing to take it slow, friends first, they want to connect and spend time. You know, living in the moment, enjoying that time. Got a person looking at this. See, there's apprehension, learning to recognize that. So it's about not pressuring someone, not trying to rush. Enjoying that time before you connect. So beautiful energy, really. But it is somebody wanting to lay the foundation. Yeah, there is apprehension, but it is, and some of you may have had someone who rushed in and ran away. There was apprehension. See, they didn't follow through. Anybody who doesn't follow through, don't take it to the next. Don't take it to the next level. That physical attraction. You got to connect on the emotional level. You have to get to each other. If you had an agreement with someone and they didn't follow through and they try to come back around, it's all about following through. Someone here possibly didn't. But it's telling you to look before you leap. Okay, when you're in that energy, just don't take it to the next level. Don't give this person what it is that they want. There's definitely desire, right? That physical attraction, someone focused on the physical. They want to rush into that. Oh. I feel like you're going to make some very sensible decisions in the future. Yeah, crossroads, life path, choice, decision. Queen of Swords, being more discerning, asking questions. It's about taking time to learn about this person. Yeah, if you have a person who doesn't follow through, it's time to move on. It is what it is. It's something that possibly just isn't meant to be. Making sure you're in alignment with someone. And that's what I feel. It is possible this is someone coming in who didn't follow through. They may be letting go of patterns, habit. They may be recognizing. But definitely sit on that fence for a while with this person. That's the time, the in between two worlds. See? You're not really in a commitment, but you're dating, you're courting, and you're enjoying that time. So interesting. Yeah, see, it's about curiosity. It's about learning. Some of you have a person. I feel you're moving on. I do feel this is someone curious, checking things out, but it's about checking each other out. Stay on the fence. Don't take it to the next level till they connect, till you're connected emotionally. Because often with the Pentacles, it's someone focused more on their money, success. They're not really connecting emotionally. They're not emotionally ready. But I do see curiosity and being learning. Someone's very curious. Yeah, they want to know, wanting to learn. Anyone who won't take the time to learn about you, they don't talk to you, they don't tell you about themselves, their life, that's where you want to be careful. Someone who doesn't tell you everything you need to know. Because there's two sides to this because of the world. See, different perspectives, your perspective, their perspective. Very nice. I feel like you're going to make the right choice. So take care and bye for now.